What's going on, everybody? I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Miniforce Dinoid Rex Kaiser. Rex Kaiser is packaged in robot mode in the box, but it is actually two separate figures. We have the Rex here, and then we have this car, this random sports car. Technically, this is part of the figure set. And then it comes with the most epic of chips. This is gold on black on gold, and it's really hard to see on camera, but if I could get, there we go. We got the car, and then we got the dino right there. Unfortunately, in dino mode, there's nowhere to put it because the actual chip is held in the back, right here, underneath the back of the dino mode. I mean, maybe we could slide it up here. No, that doesn't work at all. According to the Miniforce wiki, this is Machine Dino Car. Yeah, okay, sure, fine. I mean, that front bumper does look very cool. It does look like a dinosaur is in the front of that car. That is cool, but I don't think it's its own character. It is really cool, though. It does roll, and is roughly the same size as, say, a Core Class figure. I don't have a Core Class figure handy, so here are two Legends Class figures from previous lines. We have Outback and Tailgate. As you can see, it's just a smidge bigger than both of them in vehicle mode. Now, the little car does not have its own robot mode. It actually just merges with the Tyranna Kaiser, or Tyranna Dinoid Machine Warrior thingy. I'm talking about this guy. The proper name for this big bad boy is Dinoid Tyra. And in the show, this whole thing shrinks down into a little green Miniforce animal lizard thing with an insanely deep voice. It's really weird. Now, something being weird has never stopped me from liking it. This thing is really cool. It's also huge and very long. It's nearly 18 inches long, head to tail. And height, well, I'll show you how big it is in a little bit. It's over a foot tall. It's a big boy, but it's very cool. And it's actually more posable than I thought it was going to be. Even though the entire body is really chunky, you can actually pose the tail a bit, and the legs are fully posable, the head is fully posable, mouth does open and close, and the little tyranno arms are fully posable. I'm really surprised. It's really cool. So here are some bigger figures that I have readily available: Leader Class Dragon Megatron, Commander Class Ultra Magnus, and Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime. In Dino mode, it's almost as tall as Armada Optimus Prime in combined mode. But if we completely straighten the legs out and do kind of a Grimlock dinosaur mode, it's actually taller than the Armada Prime, by a full head at least. Now, I was just talking about posability, so let's go ahead and cover that. First, we're going to talk about the head. Now, the head is on a big old set of joints. There is a hinge joint back here at the base of its neck, and then its head is on a super big, thick ball joint that gives a lot of range of movement. The mouth opens and closes, not all the way, but enough to be, well, to be threatening. And believe it or not, these teeth are a little on the sharp side. Not real kid-friendly. Remember I mentioned those little claws in the front. The base of the claw is actually on a ball joint, so you can spin. Then there's a hinge joint and another hinge joint. So you can get some posing out of this thing. And as you see, I'm keep pulling ball joints out because this first hinge is ratcheted and is insanely tight on my figure for both of the arms. The tail itself, while not jointed, is pegged in between these two pieces back here, and then those two pieces are pegged in back on these red pieces. Those don't move, but this is on just a peg and can move up and down as you need it to. And then the legs, well, the legs are super clicky ratchets. There's even a swivel ratchet. And then the feet, the front part of the feet are on ball joints and then a hinge joint. And then the heels are, ratcheted side to side and can move forward and back on ratchets as well. You do have to be a little bit careful, though. The ratchets, while they are strong, they do tend to move about pretty easily. The thing that I really dislike about this mode is this section right here, the shin, which is attached to the front of the foot. This swivels as part of the transformation, it's ratcheted, but there's a lot of play here, and there's nothing locking this into place, which is a shame. I would really have liked this to maybe lock into place a little bit better and have less wiggle on both legs. I think that would just be a benefit for the figure overall. Needless to say, the Dino mode towers over the other figures. I was going to do a comparison with all of them in tank mode, but all of the tanks modes barely come up to its knees. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing transformed. The first thing we're going to do is turn the figure around and pull these back pieces apart, thus freeing the tail, which is also the figure's sword. And then come to these blue pieces and unpeg them from the sides. These we'll deal with later. Come to the legs and straighten the legs out and move them down like that, and then hinge them in and push them down to form a more humanoid robot or humanoid carrying angle in the hips. Come to the feet in the Dino mode, grab them and turn them around 180 degrees, collapse the little black piece up into the claw, do the same thing on each side. Like that. Then grab the heel, turn the heel around 180, and reach underneath the heel and flip, or what is now the foot, and flip out a heel. So the same thing on the other side, like that. All right, we got the legs all ready to go. Let's work on the torso. First up, fold up the dino claws and fold them back and in. So fold up, down, and in. Come to the chest and flip open the chest like this. Close the dino mouth, bring the entire dino head forward, come to the back of the figure, grab the entire back, split it apart, and flip it around and peg it to place. Grab yourself your little thingy, your chip, plug that in. Come to the very front, up top dino mode, unpeg this section, and then we'll flip down the face like that. Take the dino head, pull it all the way up until it snaps into place. Grab this gold piece and flip it back and then fold it forward, and it will snap and cover up that hole on the T-Rex head. That does prevent the T-Rex head from posing, though, going forward. Take your dino car, come up to the roof and unpeg the roof and fold it as far forward as you can. Turn the figure upside down, flip the head out from underneath the car and just snap it into place right there on an angle. Grab the back of the car, split it in half, and fold those halves out like this. And then this whole section will come into the back and slide into place and snap down where those back hinges, or those back parts of the car, slot into place on the back. Grab yourself a dino head, and there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little peg that will fit onto the head of the robot there. This is actually the hardest part of the transformation, is getting this pegged into place. I always have trouble with this. All right, got that pegged in. Now, let's give him some wings. Grab yourself one of these blue pieces, reach in and pull out this piece right here, and then this will slide in to this section back here, like that. Now, be wary. These pieces come off very easily. Like, too easily in my personal opinion. And there we go. Turn the arms, and here we have Rex Kaiser. This thing is super impressive. It's very large and kind of pointy, but it won't hurt you. It's beautifully colored. The molding is absolutely fantastic, and overall, it's just a treat. The head is also very cool. I love the styling here. And I keep thinking that the back is the back horn is supposed to fold forward, or the crest, but it doesn't. It's got Gundam vibes to it. There is no getting around that. This feels like a Gundam head. The overall look of the figure, front to back, is just something else. It's so good. It is so good. The figure is expensive, I'm not going to lie. I got this over at eBay, and with shipping and everything, it was almost $200. I don't care. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, I did forget something. Hold on for a second. I forgot to fold these things out on the shoulders. And yes, they're ratcheted. I have no idea why. Again, it's super cool. It is super cool. And as I said, it feels like a Gundam. Like if Gundam were turning into a T-Rex, that's what this feels like. It's very, very cool. Now, one thing I don't particularly care for, I don't like the addition of the car. I don't think it's necessary. If the car turned into a weapon, that would be cooler. But as the head, I don't care for it. I really think that the head could have been done by flipping down into the body. I think that would have been a better use or a better way to do the head. That's just me. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments. For a figure of this size, it poses incredibly well. Head is all on ball joint. It is limited in looking up because of the helmet, but it can look down a little bit, but I don't know how well that's going to work considering a dinosaur head is in its way. Shoulders are ratcheted. These outer pylons that appear to have thrusters on them, ratcheted. Ratcheted swivel above the elbow. Elbow is slightly ratcheted by itself. Fists do not articulate, which I think is a miss. It would have been really cool if the fists could move. The figure has torso articulation, ratcheted of course. The front skirts flip up to allow the legs to ratchet forward, back. Oh, I forgot this ratchet here as well. And then in and out. And then there is the transformation ratchet in the upper thigh that does help with posability. Crazy ratchet in the thigh. Crazy ratchet in the knee. Ratchet in the ankle. Forward and back and side to side. I'm honestly not sure if I have any other figures of this size that are this posable. Maybe the Titans? Man, I mean, this thing is just great. It's super big, it's heavy, it's bulky, it's super posable, and it holds all those poses, which is awesome. And guess what? I missed a joint. I didn't realize this when I first was playing with it. It has a freaking ab crunch. Yeah, it's got an ab crunch. Can this thing get any better? The hands do open and close. Each finger is on its own hinge here at the primary knuckle, but the thumbs don't move. There is a piece of, or a big tab that will tab into the sword and its other weapons, which we'll get into in just a minute. And you could just get this big arse sword going. And let me tell you, that is a really big sword. Could be a blazing sword, in all honesty. That's a comically huge sword. But he can wield it. And I can't say he doesn't look good doing it. The only thing I have an issue with is it doesn't hold on to the sword all that well. Once you get it in, it will stay, but if you start moving around too much, he will drop it. That's the only real complaint I have about the sword. But yeah, that's a big sword. Other than the gigantic sword, it also comes with two other weapons. Remember these pieces that form the wings on its back? Well, pop those guys off, and then fold up the little attachment, slide out a barrel, and fold down the handle. You're going to have two giant guns. I don't know about you, but that is really freaking cool. Those guns are just huge, but they scale well to the figure. The only real complaint I have about the figure when using the guns is there's nowhere to store the sword. Whoops, I moved that back too far. Yeah, there's nowhere to put the sword. I haven't been able to find anything. And no, the two holes in the keister do not fit the peg holes that are on either side. Those are screw holes specifically. They're just too small for those pegs that are on either side of the sword. Man, this thing just looks cool. Rex Kaiser's bot mode is big. It's just big. It's bigger than Armada Prime in combined mode. It's bigger than that one really big TF1 Optimus Prime. But it's still smaller than even the smallest of the Titans. I love Rex Kaiser. I absolutely love this figure. I don't know if I could make a better giant T-Rex figure. Yeah, it's got some things that I don't like, but overall, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately, it is too big to fit on any of my current shelves. Oh well, I'll deal. So folks, let me know what you think of Rex Kaiser down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.